you also do the community dinners. That you started too.
Well, I didn't start it.
Oh, okay. You promoted
It was a group called Spiritual Heritage Nantucket, which is primarily summer people who were seeing that we had a bad winter a couple winters ago with some suicides, and they really felt like they wanted to reach out and show God's love. And so Dan Dunlap, Shelley Dunlap, and I happen to be the members that live here year round. And so one of the members suggested, what about reviving the community dinners? And we were like, that's a great idea.
Okay. And where does that take place?
So that's at the American Legion on Washington Street.
And how often do you do that?
That's the second Tuesday of every month.
And is it, do you have to be a Christian to go?
No, it's just, you can just be anybody. It's just really to love on people. You don't have. We're not there converting you.
Okay. That's good to know.
If people want to be prayed for,
so if I want to go, I can go.
Anybody can go. Everybody's welcome to go.
Cool.
Yeah, it's not a Christian thing. It's for everybody. And but if you do want prayer, somebody can pray for you there if you need prayer.
Yeah, sure. That's good. Well, here's your other
island
project,
home.
right?
I know, I love island. I love my island homies.
Okay, so tell us about what you're doing here. Right.
So, there's a big project in the works. Island Home is really, the building is in need of repair. It's old, it's not up to code, so they're trying to figure out what the next step is.
Right.
And there's three alternatives. One is to repair the building and put an addition on it. Another one is to remove the building and put a new building up. And the third option is to relocate. You could go there. We could see the water view.
We will. We're going to.
So the third option is to just build a new facility at a different location and move everybody over there. And what they wanted, So then this property.
This is coming up for town meeting, and
it's come up a couple times in different stages.
Right.
And part of my concern is that I don't feel like everyone has been enabled to be part of the conversation. So
I think the alternative is maybe something out towards Sherburne Commons, right?
Right.
That would be one option.
Right.
Another option is to keep it where it is. Libby, I spoke to Libby, and she did her show this morning and mentioned that, it is possible, but it will be more expensive to keep it here.
Right.
And the fact that if they did sell the property, it would not be sold to a developer. Most likely, it would be sold to the land bank.
Right. And Alan Reinhardt was at the meeting, the head of the land bank, and he said that, the land bank doesn't necessarily want to buy it. It's not necessarily that, on.
Okay.
So, in that case, what would happen? I don't know. Would it go up for grabs to the public, but as far as the expensiveness of it,
what a spot.
for me, it's amazing.
Yeah.
And it's a cloudy day today.
And a lot of people that grew up here, they expect. Many expect that this is going to be their final place, and they want this view.
Well, it's been a Nantucket tradition.
Yeah,
it's been a Nantucket tradition,
yes,
and in my opinion, it's like, since when do Nantucketers prefer to do what's easy over what's exemplary?
I'm going to go over there so I get a better shot. Yeah, right.
I think that we want the best in all categories. We have amazing land conservation program. We have historic preservation. Or you could even go in the parking lot over there.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. It's a nice little spot.
I want people to know that if they want to know what's going on in town, you have to check the calendar on the agenda on the town meeting calendar, because I don't know. I mean, I'm really involved with Island Home, and I'm surprised I've never been invited to a meeting. Like, hey, you probably would be interested in
Right.
It's never been on my radar, and so now it's like, oh my gosh, it's like happening. It's like a runaway freight train, and
that's right.
And I don't even think the residents really have not been engaged. They've been engaged. They've been brought over to Sherman Commons, and oh my gosh, I mean, isn't it
gorgeous?
Isn't it so beautiful?
It is incredible.
It's so beautiful. kind of like...
And the people can sit right there on the bench, and they can look out. Yeah, it's absolutely spectacular. I think it sends a good message to keep it here, personally. But I understand that, fiscal concerns are they're on the agenda. We always have to worry about that. But, wow, I agree.
But I think that...
So you've got...
I think all the facts should be presented, and that the voters, the residents, everybody who wants to have their voice heard needs to have an opportunity to do that. It can't be like a small group of people making decisions. And so
what did you do?
So there's the three. Oh, so what did I do?
Show us what you did.
Okay, so they had three alternatives. Okay, so renovate the building and expand it in place. Replace the facility on the existing site. Replace the facility on a new site. These were the objectives of the work group.
Right, I know.
Okay, so the work group only they submitted something about renovating the building and expanding in place. Renovating the building would cost more money than just knocking it down and building a new one. It's the layout's outdated.
Sure.
So much of it is outdated.
Absolutely.
So what they did, they put the building like right smack on the end in the marsh, in the wetlands. It's like, to me, this was like a really not a very thoughtful attempt. They didn't try very hard to make it work.
Okay.
This was designed to fail.
Okay.
This proposal was designed to fail. Okay, and the reasons were limited harbor views. Like this location has limited harbor views. Limited parking. It's impacted negatively by the adjacent landmark house. You can have over 100 parking spots. If you put the parking between my new design and the landmark house, there's plenty of parking.
Okay.
So...
You can bring this up at town meeting too, right?
Yes. Yes.
You plan to.
And I've written a letter to the editor, and I'm submitting this to the advisors who have been hired recently to gather public opinion.
Okay.
So the second model, which is to move it and build a new one, is to monetize. This is what the work group's recommendations are: is to monetize this site and use the money to build a new facility. I think what we should do is design a building that can fit on this property while the residents are in place. You build it right around it. You have to just knock off the kitchen and the dining room. Catered meals would be brought in. Everybody gets a private room with a water view. You have a common area with a water view, and the second floor would be administrative offices, storage, and a preschool. That is the modern concept.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, that's the modern concept of nursing homes, is to...
Well, did they put that into their proposal?
No, and their proposal is supposed to be cutting edge, and
No preschool. What's the idea of the preschool?
The idea of the preschool is you have two generations of people that... toddlers are not prejudiced. They're not like, oh, it's so hard for me. I hear people say it's so depressing to go to Island Home, or it's, little toddlers see old people and all they want to do is touch their hands and say, oh my gosh, your hands are so soft.
Right.
Or like, wow, you're really wrinkly, or, whatever. It's like they're fascinated by old people. And old people, it's like, I've been here enough to know that their favorite times are when the preschoolers, the kids from school come to sing during Christmas.
And you said that this exists somewhere else?
It's more popular in Europe, but it's starting to happen here.
Good.
So I feel like whoever these people were that were hired, I don't really feel like they're really that cutting edge. And their design for the new facility has the residents looking at walls. You're looking out the window at a wall, and the parking lot is next to the pond. I would think if they were going to move them over there, that maybe they would give them a water view of the pond at least. But the parking lot's next to the pond. So, I don't really understand.
Okay.
This doesn't seem great to me. Okay, so,
all right.
So I'm a solution person. I don't like to just complain. If I try as best I can.
Okay.
And this, isn't perfect, but somebody who is an architect could make it work. So here's my design. It's basically it's like a baseball diamond. Like I was telling you,
all right.
What you do is you close off the kitchen and the dining room and the administrative offices. You put the offices in a trailer, outside during the transition. You bring catered meals in. You build.
Where are they going to stay?
So the residents stay here. This is the residence.
Okay, and so where's the building? That's the new building. That's your proposal?
This is the new building.
Oh.
So these are all private bedrooms with water views.
How many rooms?
So they want 45. There's some discussion that will the government support more than 45? I don't have the answer to that. We would hope, since more and more people are going to be needing this sort of care, that they would have more space, but that's a question that is being investigated. I'm surprised there's not an answer to it already.
Well, if we need more, we could still do something next to Sherburne Commons. I mean, we still could have somewhat of a facility over there as well, right? And still keep this one?
I mean, I think that maybe wouldn't be financially like the best thing, but...
All right. But down the road, if we decided that we needed more room, you could maybe...
a different stage of the care. A different stage of the care.
Yeah. This would be for really lucid enjoyment, of it when you're at those years where you can really...
Well, I mean, the thing about that, like people saying that
because that's why
you need to be really lucid in order to enjoy it.
Right.
Enjoy it. Like what I have found is with wheelers is like we've taken people out who are they seem like they're comatose. Okay, you take them out, you wheel them around, and they come back, and their spouses are like, "Oh my gosh, I have not seen that much color in his face in a year," and their eyes light up.
That's great.
And so it's like they might not be able to get the words out or to express, their feelings, but that's not to discount that they don't get it.
Right.
A lot of them, that's all they have left.
Yep.
All they have left is the sights and the smells. And just to be able to look and see something that's so vibrant and
totally,
that could be all that they have to enjoy.
All right.
So anyway, so this is not just my opinion. I mean, I would like we've gotten.
I like your design.
Thank
I got to
you.
tell you.
Thank you.
Very impressive.
Well, and this was just this was something I came up with honestly right before the meeting.
And is there enough? Did you? I mean, obviously this is just a.
This is just an idea because also like once you build this part with the rooms, then you move the residents in.
Yeah. You
get rid of that, and then if you need more rooms, we need more rooms. We need twice as many rooms.
Right.
You put a whole nother thing of rooms on. You increase the common area.
Yes.
Okay, so this area, the outfield, I call this like a baseball
diamond. Yeah, right.
diamond.
It looks like it.
The outfield would be a community playground so that the residents have visual entertainment 365 days a year.
Right.
You sell this to the land bank. Sell this portion to the land bank.
Where are you going to park, though?
You park behind here.
Oh,
this is parking all behind between
I see.
Island Home and Landmark House.
But then the cars will be in the way of the view.
No. They're looking this way.
I got you.
This is the harbor going this way.
I'm sorry. I kept thinking that harbor is that
everyone's got a water view.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it.
And you drive in like Home Plate. Here's Home Plate. You come in.
That's great.
You enter from Orange Street on Home Plate, and you go out. That way.
Dynamite.
Yeah. And then you sell this to the land bank. They need money, to offset the cost. Sell half of it. Don't sell the whole thing. Sell half of it.
Good.
To the land bank. Okay, so there's a petition online. It's got nearly 500 signatures. A few of the comments are, it is not enough to have a better building. Seniors need to touch nature and hear the birds, the ocean, and see the sights of beautiful Nantucket Harbor to remind them that life is still worth living. Bonnie Fitzgibbon.
Oh, good Bonnie.
Okay, this is an important one.
All right.
Because because I have been looking forward to it, and B, because it makes visiting a lot more palatable. Part of the reason to keep it here is to encourage visitors to come. It's really important. That's something that hasn't been executed very well, is to make this a community playground and make it a place where the whole community can come and enjoy it. I think that's really important. That's a comment from Sarah Williams.
There you go. Darcy, thank you.
Oh, thank you
for
so
all you
much.
do. You do great. You do great.
Thank you.
And I appreciate you coming for a ride and sharing your concern about this. And it's going to be up on town meeting, and I think it's going to be interesting.
I think we just need to get that awareness out there more and have everybody.
You got it.
Yeah.
Let's get some people out there and figure this out.
Thank you.